Oh my god, the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life.
Okay. Alright, let's actually talk about this. Okay, so we saw Ninja Turtles. Okay, now, I'm gonna go ahead and say right now, before we actually really talk about it, I'm not giving this movie a positive review. It was stupid, it sucked. Austin disliked it more than I did. I'll say this. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think it was as bad as Transformers 4. And honestly, I don't think it's the worst Ninja Turtles movie. I still say Ninja Turtles 3 is worse. And as far as Ninja Turtles in general go, it's not as bad as the Coming Out of Our Shells tour. So there's at least that. With that said, this movie's a piece of turd. Don't go see it.
Oh my god, do not. Oh, geez.
This movie was pretty
If you're
bad.
in any way a fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you will want to kill yourself.
It's pretty bad, guys.
That was painful. That was literally painful.
I actually disagree, though. I think it sucks. The movie sucks. I didn't find it frustrating like Transformers, though, because...
I did. I'm sorry.
Well, that's fine. That's why we have more than one person review this, so we get different opinions. Thing is that with this movie, it went by really fast.
I will admit that.
Like, really fast. And because of that, it was like... It's like they took all the cliches that are in these movies, but because the movie is going so fast, it never lets a dramatic moment sink in when there should be. So because of that, whenever it's trying to be kind of epic or serious, it just kind of falls flat, and you just kind of feel underwhelmed. So for me, I wasn't sitting there getting ticked off. I was just kind of like, well, okay. Like, I was just like, well, all right. I honestly just kind of... I was just kind of bored. Really. It didn't tick me off for the most part. I was just kind of like, well, that was a really stupid movie I just saw. Is there anything good I can say about it? There's a couple things I can give it credit for, to the point where...
CGI, I guess.
Wow.
Well,
counting the turtles, and not counting the characters.
I'm trying to find something, okay?
Here's what I'll say. I actually... Not all. My gosh, not all. I thought some of the banter between the turtles was pretty funny. I thought Splinter... the guy that... I don't know who voiced Splinter, but he did a good job.
Splinter looked terrible.
But here's the thing. Even though some of the banter between the turtles is pretty funny, they did a good job keeping the turtle spirit. Like, the banter and the goofiness. They did a good job. It's in the right tone. And Splinter is pretty good, too. The problem is that they all look terrible. You can see in the trailers, the turtles look scary. Unintentionally scary.
They look stupid.
Splinter looks like Pai Mei from Kill Bill if Pai Mei was
a rat
and he was covered in crap. Like, he looks terrible. Shredder looks so stupid. He's essentially a Swiss Army knife as a
man.
And they tried really hard to make him look cool and, like, modern day and intimidating, and he just looked silly.
He just comes off as, like, just stupid.
Yeah. William Fichtner is wasted in this movie. He does nothing. They
don't give him enough time to do anything.
He really could have...
He's not even Shredder, like we thought he was.
Well, I thought he was going to be Shredder, and I thought he would have made a really good Shredder. The Shredder they got was just really generic.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to some good things. Okay, so some of the banter is kind of funny. Okay, as far as the action goes, for the first hour of the film, heck if I know, I couldn't tell what was going on. The fight in the sewers has some of the worst lighting I've seen since Die Hard 5.
Which one? The one at
the newest one. The one
No.
When they invade the sewers. When they invade the sewers.
Okay.
I couldn't tell what the crap was going on. I will say there is one action scene that I really liked, and it was the most ridiculous one. The one where they're going, it's in the trailer, when they're going down the snowy hill.
Oh, that was the
It's stupid. Yeah. It's stupid. There's not any logic in it. But again, looking at this from the perspective of it being Ninja Turtles, it was odd. I actually thought it was pretty fun. It was just, they kind of go all out on its stupidity and its over-the-topness. And it's actually one of the few action scenes in the movie that I thought was well filmed. They have some long takes in there, some long shots, and it was really over the top.
Driving an 18-wheeler down a mountain.
Yeah, how many movies have you seen do that? Come on, bro, it's cool. It's cool, bro. Yes, it's stupid. I'm not saying it's worth getting an Oscar over, but just as dumb fun. I don't know. I mean, let me put, if Expendables did it, I would probably approve of it too, so.
Yeah.
And I think it was one of the only action
Expendables
scenes.
wouldn't do that, though.
Really? You really think they wouldn't?
Okay, maybe they would.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see what this new one has to offer. So,
better than this piece of crap.
yeah, probably. Hopefully. If it's not, I will be very sad as an Expendables fan. So, that's really... I mean, yeah, those are really the only good things I can say. Megan Fox is still a joke. She can't act. Will Arnett is wasted, as well as William.
Who was that?
He was the guy that was like had a crush on April. I will give credit. I mean, yeah, Megan Fox playing April, she does a lot of stupid crap, but it does keep with the spirit of April, because April is, like, one of the ultimate damsel in distresses, so
April's a redhead.
Okay, but I don't... Yeah,
whatever.
I'm not the biggest turtle fan, so I'm not going to notice those things.
Whatever.
There's really... I mean, you're more ticked about it. Again, I was expecting this to be pretty bad, and yeah, it's bad. I didn't think it was as bad as Transformers 4. I still think it's the worst thing that Ninja Turtles has their name on. But no, don't see this. Skip this movie. This movie sucks.
Dude, I mean, I know that Michael Bay only produced this, but you can feel his influence
It's got his stink all over it.
Oh, man.
It does. It's definitely a Platinum Dunes movie, but...
Like the freaking part when they're, as it's all, it's not ridiculous enough already, but when they're going down the mountain in the truck, and she's, like, out the window and trying to, like, take pictures of him, and it's like, how do I look? And he, like, looks over and he kind of, like,
there's just this perfect shot of her butt.
And it's like, oh, and that makes him crash into the thing. You know what?
I will give this movie credit. It didn't do that as much as I was afraid they would do. They didn't do it as much as the Transformers movies. So, there's that, and there's the Victoria secret scene. But besides that,
but like Michelangelo, the one that wears the orange one, the one that's like the quirky.
Okay, member, Michelangelo was obnoxious.
He was obnoxious. Like in most turtle things, they do him really well. Like he's the quirky member, you know. But in this movie, he was just stupid.
They made him a wankster.
Oh my god.
That's what they did. They made him a white guy posing as a gangster. That was his character. So he's going around
and his stuff were so stupid.
So he goes around with this like chain necklace, and he's like, "Yo, April, what be up, boy?" Like, that's how he's talking, and it's supposed to be funny, and it's like, really stupid.
Like hitting on her and shit.
Yeah,
and it's like,
which is so creepy.
Oh my god.
Him singing, "I can't see me loving nobody but you," because it was at the end of the movie, and because he's singing it so horribly, I kind of was laughing along with it, but I was like, okay, you broke me, movie. I'll laugh at this stupid joke.
No, that was there's a couple
jokes.
That was so funny.
There are a couple jokes movie, that were.
Like, we would be sitting there and, like, obviously a joke just happened and no one in the
That was
theater
amazing.
Would,
the funniest parts in this movie
you hear a pin drop.
Yeah. This audience that we saw with was not that into it. The audience that we saw Transformers with, not all, but a lot of them were pretty into it. They were laughing at a lot of the dumb jokes. This movie, not really. A lot of times, and there was families in this theater too, because it's a more kid-friendly movie than Transformers. Nickelodeon made it, and not even the kids at times were laughing at the jokes. Not because they didn't get it, just because it wasn't funny. At least I'm guessing. I like to think that's what it is.
I hope that's what it is.
There's really nothing to say about this. It's exactly what it is in the trailer. It's a Michael Bay produced movie featuring terribly CGI Ninja Turtles, horribly filmed action.
Okay, and this part,
comedy,
I know we talked about this when we were in the
sense.
theater, but I thought it was so funny how they made fun of their own original plan.
Yeah!
Like the dude's like, they're like driving and they're like, well, what, so they're like aliens? And she's like, no, dude, that's so stupid.
Yeah, Megan Fox like, that'd be stupid. I'm like, yeah, it would be. Wouldn't it, Michael?
They're making fun of their own original plan.
You know what?
They're like, see guys, we're listening to you, see?
I'll give them credit that they actually did change it. Because
they didn't want to get skewered.
I can give Michael Bay credit that he, A, changed it, and B, was willing to make fun of himself for that. Because when that was first announced, like a year or two ago,
shitstorm, dude.
The whole internet blew up, and at first, he didn't change it. I remember at first, Michael was like, look, I promise this script is really good. Just give it a chance. Like, I understand why you guys are upset, but just give me a chance to show you what we have in mind, and you'll like it. It's still a really good movie for fans of Ninja Turtles, but then eventually he caved in and changed it. I'll give him credit. Considering this guy has made 4 Transformers films despite all the hatred, and he's planning on making more, he's clearly not a guy that listens to the critics and listens to the hate.
Well, you know what? I hate to say it, but I kind of feel like this movie left off with the possibility of more.
Well, sure it did. It's Ninja Turtles. Does that mean they're going to make more? I don't know. It probably depends on how successful... definitely depends on how successful the movie is.
Hopefully it pans. Unfortunately, we didn't help that.
I mean, people have been waiting for a Ninja Turtles movie for a while now, and, they do have a strong fan base. If you're wondering... I like the Ninja Turtles, but I wouldn't call myself necessarily a big fan because
I think that's why I hated it more than you did, though.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I don't have that much of a biased view because I didn't grow up watching much of it. I saw tiny bits of it here, the cartoon here and there, and I also saw bits of the original movies. When I got older, I saw the movies, and then now I saw the movies, and the coming out of our shells tour and all that funny stuff. So I mean, who doesn't? What kid our age that is into this stuff doesn't know the Ninja Turtles? Doesn't know Shredder? Doesn't know Splinter? I mean, of course we do.
Hmm.
And I know what the tone is like and stuff. I didn't grow up watching it, but I know what it is. I have seen a good amount of it today. So I know what is Ninja Turtles. I know what isn't Ninja Turtles. But yes, I didn't grow up watching it like you did. So no, I'm not going to have as much of a place in my heart for it as you are. So I wasn't that hurt by it. I was just like, well, that was a stupid movie. Maybe next time I'll do it right.
This is the thing. I went in to the theater expecting to be let down, and I was still crushed. I don't know. It was so stupid.
It was bad, dude.
But even without the trashing that they did to the Ninja Turtles, as a movie by itself, it was still terrible.
Well, sure it was. Yeah. It was a stupid, boring movie. It went by really quick though, and that's why I really can't get too mad at it personally. D-. I'm not giving it an F just because there are a few things I can give it credit for. And it didn't tick me off. So chances are, for me, this is not going to go on the worst movies of 2014 list.
Yeah, in reality, it's just forgettable.
It is forgettable.
It's like,
but if you are a fan of Ninja Turtles, you're probably going to see it because you're a fan. But be warned, you will not like it, probably. And you will probably be offended. Well, not offended, but you will be ticked off, probably.
Yeah. Well, look at me.
Yeah. So that's really all there is to say about it.
In the end, though, just whatever, it's like...
It is whatever. It's, yeah. So we can talk about trailers real quick.
Oh my god.
We got a lot of trailers that we hadn't seen before.
Stupid movies because it was a Nickelodeon
Because
movie,
Nickelodeon produced this, we mostly got kid movies.
Stupid kid movies.
So we got the happiest looking film I've ever seen in my life. Dolphin Tale 2 with Morgan Freeman.
I didn't even know there was a first one.
Now we can look forward to going and watching it, so that way we won't be lost when we watch Dolphin Tale 2.
Seriously, I felt like there was rainbows coming out of the screen.
This is the most uplifting trailer of all time. There are no conflicts. There is no suspense. There are no problems. It is a happy movie with Morgan Freeman wearing a bow tie and cute little dolphins
learning to be friends or something. Oh my god, it was.
So there was that. There was this like Mexican
a movie that looks like it should be done by.
It looks like a Tim Burton film, but it's not a Tim Burton film. That actually might be. That might
director,
be okay.
though, I've heard of him before.
Yeah, heck if I can say his name. But yeah, it actually, I don't know, that might be okay. As a fan of horror, it might be okay. It's not a horror film, but it's a kid's.
It reminds me of.
It's a kid's.
It reminds me of what was that movie that Tim Burton did about the
Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, the Dead Bride one.
The Corpse Bride.
Yeah, the Corpse Bride. It reminded me of that.
Yeah, it's very Tim Burton, like it or like Paranorman or something like that.
It looks like marionettes.
Yes, it's kind of like a gothic film, and it's kind of a horror tone, but it's still made for kids. That might be okay, honestly. And then there's the Big Nine, whatever. We've seen that trailer before. That actually looks pretty funny. I have no idea what it's about. The trailer made me laugh. Dumb and Dumber 2, we've seen that before. And then
SpongeBob.
Holy crap. Did you know they're making another SpongeBob movie? I didn't know that.
I knew.
Okay, the first half of the trailer was pretty funny.
It just looked like SpongeBob.
It was typical SpongeBob, and I was like, oh, cool. They're bringing SpongeBob back. I'm down for that. I grew up with SpongeBob. I don't like the new episodes, but this actually looks pretty funny. And then they revealed what the gimmick of the movie is going to be. They're leaving the ocean and going out into the real world. CGI'd. Yeah, it's one of those movies. It's Smurfs.
They look so stupid, too.
It's Enchanted. Yeah, it's one of those movies where they're taking a classic cartoon series and the characters are stepping out of the cartoon world and into the real world shenanigans. It looks terrible. I'm probably going to see it just because of my nostalgia towards SpongeBob. I don't know, man. I really don't know about that.
What are some of the other ones? We got 7 trailers.
We did? Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't.
I was counting them off, unfortunately.
We got a couple darker ones. Oh, okay, this isn't dark, but we got Annie again. They're bringing Annie back.
Oh,
it's
God.
Our life for us. They're making Black Annie with Jamie Foxx.
For some reason.
Hey,
let's take a little curly-haired redhead white girl and make her into this Bronx black girl.
Bro. It's 2014, bro. We got to be politically correct. Come on, man. Got to give something for everyone.
Just kill me now.
And what else did we get?
I don't remember.
We got what? Oh my gosh, what was it? I felt like we got like an action film or two, like a lighthearted action film.
I'm sure we did. I don't remember now.
If we did, I'm pretty sure we've already seen it before, which is why I can't think of it. But yeah, I just want to talk about Dolphin Tale 2 and SpongeBob. Yeah, screw this movie. Ninja Turtles sucks. Don't see it. Okay, so I saw A Most Wanted Man. I'll get it around to making a review for that.
Well, dude, also, we gotta go see Into the Storm.
Well, I'll bring that up.
Oh, God.
I'll review that. I'm going to review the first season of *Halt and Catch Fire*. I'm also going to review the 24 miniseries that ended, even though that ended quite a few weeks ago. I'm behind on that. And tomorrow, we're going to go see... a movie that was supposed to be made 20 years ago.
Can't we go see a good movie?
We've already seen every other movie that's come out. Want to go see Hercules or Purge again?
No.
We're gonna go see.
We could go see Guardians of the Galaxy again. I'd go to that again.
I'd go to that again. We're gonna go see Into the Storm, found footage Twister. Ooh, you're a little late, guys, on making this movie. See ya.